Hi everybody, it's me, Grant, the movie and TV guy. Where's the Mortal Kombat review? It's coming next. It's coming right up next. I know in my notes video earlier I said it'd be later. It's a lot later. I had to eat dinner, but I'm here. We're gonna do the first movie of Saturday first, and then we're gonna do Mortal Kombat. So, Grant, the movie and TV guy. Hello, movies and TV reviews. That's what we do here. The first movie I'm here to talk about today, which is worlds away from Mortal Kombat in regards to type of movie, but doesn't mean it's not any good, because it actually is quite good. That movie is a movie you probably have never heard of, but should be on your radar because it's an absolute charmer that was so charming it actually made me tear up. I'm not gonna lie. And that movie is a movie called Together. Together is directed by and written by Nicole Beckwith, who is new to me. I looked up her IMDb. She made one other film with Saoirse Ronan, which I've never even heard of. I thought was impossible because I love Saoirse Ronan. I thought I've seen every. I'm the one dude whose favorite post Rings or post getting Lord of the Rings, post Frighteners, Peter Jackson movie is The Lovely Bones, and I think it's criminally underrated. Might do an episode on it. That was weird. But basically, but Saoirse Ronan's not in this. It's written and directed by Nicole Beckwith, as I said, and it's kind of great. Together is an absolute charmer, like I said. So what's it about? It's about a guy named Matt, 40-something middle-aged guy named Matt. He's played by the always charming Ed Helms, who is he was in a marriage for 8 years, didn't work out, kind of fell behind. And in one of the many kind of moving and funny conversations in this movie, he mentions how... What did he say? He said, I missed the things I didn't have. And I didn't miss the things I did have, basically. Which is that I saw all these people who I grew up with who are now settling down and starting families, and I was still kind of in neutral. He wants a baby. Here's the thing. He's going to raise the baby in a most unusual way. He's going to be a single father, which... doesn't seem that unusual, but I guess the other, according to this movie's universe, it is. So, he meets in the opening scene. Turns out he met her a little while ago. He needs a surrogate, and that surrogate is the bubbly and charming Anna, the little sardonic Anna, played wonderfully. And honestly, I think a star-making performance from Patti Harrison, who's an actress who's appeared on a few things before. She's kind of like the actress from Long Weekend, where I'm like, I've seen you before, this is your best showcase. She also had a little role, if I remember correctly, on Made for Love, which I just reviewed and quite well loved. She's terrific here. And she plays Anna. And so Anna, basically, the surrogacy works, finally, after, I think it was like the third try, they said, she's pregnant, and she's carrying his baby. And despite trying to go against it, they bond. How could you not? Over an experience such as this one. She had another child, a son. She gave up for adoption 7 years prior when she was still in high school, and it kind of made her estranged from her family. And despite her best efforts, she genuinely befriends this kind of nervous guy. Nervous kind of middle-aged dude who might be a little bit too involved, but he means well. I love Together. I loved this movie so much. I thought it was absolutely charming. I thought it was funny. I thought it had a lot of heart. I loved Ed Helms and Patti Harrison. I thought they were amazing together. And this movie, I think, honestly, might, and I'm not kidding, might be a watershed for a new genre that I want this movie to kick off. It's called, and I'm going to dub it this. Platonic comedy. Not... a movie that has what seems like the beats of a romance that never is a romance. In fact, I said it earlier to a friend of mine my father, rather, walking out of this movie. This movie has one of the most romantic lines I've heard, and it's one of the most genuinely, lovey-dovey lines ever between two friends ever, which is, so do you want to hold hands, eat candy, and continue not sleeping together? Thought you never asked. I love this movie. And even the title, you think it's going to be romantic and you think it's going to be cliched, and it's not. The title actually comes into the movie. It's one of those movies, yes, where the title of the movie's in the movie, in the screenplay. Her friend who works at the coffee shop, who's really terrific. Also, one scene in particular just involves him staring at Helms is great. Jules. I can't remember who plays him, but it's the character Jules. They're having a conversation about like what happens when the baby comes. This is a temporary thing. And she goes, "What do you mean?" He goes, "Well, I mean, even though you're not together, you're still bonded." And that's where the title comes in. It said you may not be together you might not be an actual thing, but you're bonded by this kind of life-changing experience that you're never going to forget. And that's this movie. There are two firsts for me with this movie. The first second. The first for me is that this is the first time I've cried during a childbirth scene in a movie. That's right, not even in Revenge of the Sith. It's the gritty reboot of American Dad, Revenge of the Smith. No, it's, that could be the subtitle for The Matrix 4, yeah, Agent Smith, alright. Because it's just, the chemistry between these two actors is so sweet, and you just really care about them. But that's not to say this movie's cutesy. This movie it's very much a two-hander. There are a few scenes with other actors, but it's really just them, and it's them getting to know each other and be friends. It's a 90-minute movie, and I love Together. It's funny. I know what you're thinking. They have a very Woody Allen of them. However, they dispel that. At the moment you think they're never going to bring it up, they do. Where she basically tells them, I was like, about how many friends of yours is there a 45-year-old and a 26-year-old who are friends? He goes, think about Woody Allen. Think about what was it, Annie Hall in Manhattan, and she says, tells him basically every way those movies are creepy, and he goes, "Oh yeah, that's gross." So it's kind of similar to the scene in Long Weekend where they dispel the Manic Pixie Dream Girl aspect immediately. I love this movie. Patty Harrison. We talk about Patty Harrison is a star. And what I didn't even realize going into it, and that just shows why representation really matters in film. I looked her up because I just had to find out, so give her the proper credit. She's so good in this movie. She's a transgender woman. She's trans. I didn't know. I honestly did not know. And she's a character who's pregnant and is a surrogate. And her character is just like a woman. And that's amazing. I don't want to sound weird. That's amazing. I just think that's really cool, that kind of representation. And the fact that they don't need to have a statement. They don't need to make a statement about it. It's just what it is. I think that's amazing. LGBTQ plus representation matters. It's wonderful. Right, the other first. Sorry, there's my liberal screed for the day. So the other first, Patty Harrison, fantastic. The other first, this was not the movie's fault. I'd say it's a flaw, but it's not, because the movie was so good that after 5 minutes, I was so invested I didn't even notice. It was a fault of, I don't even think it was the theater's fault, it might have been the distributor. This has never happened before. So, I'm in America. I live in St. Louis, right outside St. Louis in Edwardsville, Illinois, at our, multiplex. I went to see this movie, and the movie it's a Sundance darling. It's an independent film. It's in English. It's an English language film. However, during the movie, at least the print I saw, and it was me and one other guy in the theater, it was all in English, like the dialogue. But there were Spanish subtitles for some reason throughout the whole movie. There was Spanish, sort of under subtitles. And I just kind of at first, for the first 20 minutes, honest to God, I thought it was an artistic choice. I really did. I was like, oh, maybe this is part of the the whole Sundance scene is about. No, it really was. It was not an artistic choice. It was just a flub in the print they got. And I even told the guy afterwards, he goes, yeah, there were Spanish subtitles on this movie. And he goes, oh, really? That's not right. And he goes, that wasn't the... He goes, no, man, I think the screening last night didn't have them. Like, really? Something like that. And I'm like, that was funny. Okay. Let's just close the book on this, you guys. Together is wonderful. I'm going to give it 5 stars. This is one of the best and most charming films I've seen all year. The ending is beautiful. I also like that they don't answer every single question. It is left, kind of ambiguous. Wonderful. All right. 5 stars out of 5. 4 Together, and infinity stars for Patty Harrison. She's amazing. All right. So, moving on. Trailer trash. Let's talk about some trailer trash. That is movie trailers again, I should point out. Sorry, let me find... I have my little log here. Okay, a lot of these trailers, and I got some of them carried over into our next movie, which we'll get to. The one you guys, anyone who actually watches my channel, the 2 people who watch my channel with anticipation, are looking forward to. So, I know at least one of you will be watching. So the first one is, for Together, Free Guy. I really want to see this movie. I don't think I've seen this trailer since I started this channel. Again, this is a new trailer for it. This movie, to me, looks like a ton of fun. It's, Ryan Reynolds and, what's her name from, Jodie Comer from, Killing Eve. It's Villanelle, from Killing Eve. And then you got, like, Joe Keery from Stranger Things, and of course, his wonderful turn in one of my best of last year, Spree, is in this movie. Got Taika Waititi in acting in a movie he didn't direct for once, in a Blue Moon. That's cool. He's always fun. Looks really fun. It basically looks kind of like... It's weird. It looks like kind of a weird hybrid of... Honestly, I don't even know what it would be a hybrid. Maybe just, not a hybrid, but just a little bit of Last Action Hero-y. It's kind of, basically, you know, you play, like, Fortnite or Grand Theft Auto. It's basically set in the world of a video game like that. And this is a guy named Guy, and he's, like, he's an NPC. And basically, he gains, I guess, like, intelligence and self-awareness, and he kind of, starts actually trying to be the hero of the video game, and everyone wants to stop him, because he's changing the plan. Looks fun. Moving on. Okay. Next movie, and this was a different trailer. Cruella. This is a new trailer for it. It still looks really good. Some different clips here. This is one of the new ones. This one, gotta say, Stage 6 Films is at it again, and I can't wait to see this one just on the basis of them, but also on the basis of what it looks like. Here Today is the name of it. It stars Billy Crystal, Tiffany Haddish, and Penn Badgley. You might as well just say Grant's perfect movie. It's also directed by Billy Crystal. And it, speaking of Woody Allen, it looks similar in a lot of ways to some of his work. It's basically, mind you, hopefully Billy Crystal is not nearly as awful as Woody Allen. Woody Allen's a monster. Watch Alan v. Farrow if you don't believe me. It's heartbreaking. But the movie's basically like this older guy, like a writer, and he apparently for really cheap, like, Tiffany Haddish wins him in, like, a bachelor auction, and they become friends, and she helps him reconnect with his estranged son. Seems played by Penn Badgley. Looks like a really good, like, little lighthearted comedy. Looks like a lot of fun. F9, which, this is a new trailer. I hadn't seen this before. They're going to space, y'all! I knew this was gonna happen. They're going to space. I knew it. And it's Fast 9. It's Fast 10, dang it. Hobbs and Shaw is part of the continuity. I'm sorry, I have to say that. I'm pumped. Finding You, we talked about this one. Looks like good. Looks pretty good. Now, this is also a new trailer for a movie I've seen before. In the Heights. I can't wait for this movie. I love this musical, and I think it's going to be great. So there you go. Dream Horse. We talked about that. Toni Collette. Looks a lot of fun. So, was there shawarma? No, there wasn't. That's it for trailers. Yeah, there wasn't shawarma. So, I will be back very soon. Right, like, literally after I'm gonna edit this video, put it out, and then I'm gonna go right into Mortal Kombat. So, we'll be back then soon. Also, tomorrow. Yes, I have finished Falcon and Winter Soldier, and yes, I have a lot to talk about, because I thought it was terrific. We're gonna talk about that this weekend at some point, either Saturday or Sunday before the Oscars. But Saturday, for sure Saturday evening, earlier evening than now, Demon Slayer, the movie Mugen Train. I'm seeing that. I already have a ticket. It's dubbed, unfortunately. I thought I got a sub showing, it was actually a dub showing. Bummer. But yeah, I'm seeing it. It's gonna be unlike the next movie. I do not know the substitute, so I'll be going in cold, but it looks quite good. And then the Oscars are Sunday, so that'll be next time. Mortal Kombat first, and until next time, I'm Grant, the movie and TV guy. Oh, speaking of Ed, also watch Richmond Falls. Yeah, that new Peacock show. So, yeah, I'm Grant, the movie and TV guy. I see it all. Happy to share it with you. Love you all. Appreciate you all. Love you all. Class dismissed. Love you 3000. Be kind to one another. Thank you all. See you soon. Combat's about to begin with a K.